Hey everybody, it's Jennifer here with the Family Fudge and welcome to Bunches of Lunches. This week is all about lunches that can be made quickly. I really challenged myself to create lunches that could be made in 15 minutes or less with no cooking involved. But even though these lunches are simplified, they are still really fun and creative. And you guys, this week the kids each had a special day where they got to choose the lunch and the theme. Because one of the lunches we actually packed up and took to Disney World, and for the rest of the lunches during the week, the kids took turns each day picking the lunch itself and the theme. Now before we get started, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, hit that red subscribe button, and now without further ado, let's get on to the lunches. Hi guys, and welcome to Monday. Now Monday was a very special day, and that's because my older two kids had early release day from school, so that means they get out of school before lunchtime, which doesn't happen a lot. So we decided at the last minute to throw together a lunch, like literally, and head to the Magic Kingdom. So you guys, for this lunch, I was seriously short on time. I only had about 5 minutes before I needed to head out the door. So my son Griffin and I actually put these lunches together in under 5 minutes. It was really fast. And anytime I'm trying to put together a really fast lunch, I always think of homemade Lunchables. Of course, there's no cooking involved, which is great. And to make these lunches easier to bring to the park with us, I decided to use these Sistema lunch boxes. These little cubes open up and they really do hold like the perfect amount of food. So in here I've just added some whole wheat crackers. I've added a few slices of cheese. I've also added in some salami slices. For the fruit, I decided to add in an applesauce pouch. These are the unsweetened plain apple flavored ones. And then for the vegetable, I just threw in a combination of sugar snap peas and baby carrots with a separate container of ranch for dipping. But in my son Griffin's lunch, instead of putting regular vegetables, which he's not a huge fan of, I did go ahead and just put a handful of these veggie chips instead. And since this is Valentine's Day week, these are the Valentine's Day shaped veggie chips. And for the treat, I've added in 2 mini muffins. And to drink, the kids just brought their water bottles. Now to keep these foods separate within the lunchbox itself, I did go ahead and add in several silicone liners. And you guys, these silicone cups are color coded as well. Usually if you see something pink, it belongs to Mackenzie. If it's purple, that means it's Lily's. If it's green, that belongs to Jackson. And if it's blue, it's Griffin's. These color assignments don't always happen when I'm preparing their food, but it really does help me remember whose belongs to who, if that makes sense. Now you guys, I was actually really surprised how much the kids enjoyed these lunches, especially since they took less than 5 minutes to throw together. And that was just a great reminder to me that these lunches don't have to be super difficult or elaborate for the kids to appreciate them. So as you can see, there wasn't a lot of leftovers in these lunches, which is awesome. And any leftovers we did have, we were able to just close up into the lunchbox and stick back into the stroller. Now you guys, coming to Disney World this early in the day is not something we normally do since we have school and work normally. So believe it or not, this was actually the first time we were able to see the parade at Magic Kingdom. It was actually a really good parade. We had an excellent spot for watching it. And of course, my favorite parts of the parade itself is probably the part with Merida because I love bagpipe music. And I also really like the big dragon at the end of the parade. Hey guys, and happy Tuesday! So today we're back to our regular lunches. Today's lunch is going to be gluten-free. I'm going with kind of a star theme. And for this lunch, I'm going to start by making some savory peekaboo sandwiches. So to make these sandwiches, I started by cutting the bread into star shapes. Each lunch is going to have one of these sandwiches, which is probably a little less than half a sandwich each. And you guys, these peekaboo sandwiches are really easy to do. So the first thing I'm going to add is a thin layer of cream cheese. And this time I decided to go with the chive and onion flavored cream cheese. This is really flavorful. So now that I have the cream cheese layer on the bread, I'm going to add a slice of rotisserie chicken deli meat. And to get this to fit our sandwich perfectly, I did go ahead and cut it with the same star-shaped sandwich cutter. Next, on top of the chicken, I'm going to add a layer of mashed avocado. Now this is just avocado with a little bit of salt and pepper, and I also added a little bit of lime juice in here as well, just to help the avocado stay nice and green. And now normally when I'm making these peekaboo sandwiches, I would be adding sprinkles, but in this savory version, I'm going to add a little bit of this everything but the bagel seasoning. This goes so well with avocado, and my kids love it. There's a little bit of onion in here, garlic, salt and pepper. It really does look like sprinkles. So now I'm just going to place the top piece of bread, and you guys, even though these look really fancy, they were actually really quick and easy to make. So now that the main course is done, I'm going to move on to some fruit. For this lunch, I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of unsweetened applesauce. My kids love this stuff, and I just buy the big jar of applesauce. This definitely tends to be a lot cheaper than buying applesauce pouches or applesauce cups. Then, to stick with our star theme, I'm going to top the applesauce with just 1 slice of apple. And I did go ahead and cut this into a star shape as well, using my mini star shape cookie cutter. Now, in this back section of the lunchbox, I'm going to add a few pieces of celery. Not too many. I find that the kids don't eat all of it if I pack a ton, so just a few pieces will be plenty. Then to go along with the celery, I'm also going to add just a few little pieces of carrot. And you guys, to save on time, I just made 3 of these little stars per lunchbox. That way they still look really special, but I'm not spending a lot of time cutting out the shapes. Now to go along with these veggies, I do want to add just a little container of ranch dressing right on the side. And then to this back section of the lunchbox, I'm going to add a snack and a treat. And to keep them separated, I like to use 2 different silicone liners just like this. For the snack, I'm going to add in a handful of these potato lentil curls. I get these at Trader Joe's. They are super crispy and delicious. And then for the sweet treat, something brand new that the kids have never tried before. Oftentimes when I'm looking for new ingredients for the lunch boxes, I'll just walk up and down all the aisles at the grocery store, and I'll keep my eye out for things that we've never tried before. So these little guava bites definitely caught my attention. To me, they look just like Fig Newtons. You know, the little cookies with the figs inside. Except these ones have guava inside instead. Now I'm not quite sure the kids will like these, but I still think they'll be fun to try. And now to complete this lunch, I'm also going to add in a small box of low-fat milk. And there you have it, guys. I think this star-themed lunch came out so cute, and it definitely looks like it took a lot more time than it actually did. So now that I have Jackson's lunch done, I just have to throw together Lily's and Mackenzie's, and we'll be good to go. Hey guys, and welcome to Wednesday. Now before I get started on today's lunch, I just want to say sorry if the lighting is wonky. It looks like one of the lights way up high in my kitchen is about to burn out. So if the lighting is looking a little bit stroby, that is totally why. But no matter, we're still going to press forward with today's lunch. And you guys, this one was picked out by my daughter Lily. And for her, we're kind of going for a cat theme. Now, I tried to convince Lily that since this is a cat-themed lunch, that we should be making a tuna fish sandwiches since cats love tuna fish, but Lily herself is not a fan of tuna fish, so instead we're going to be making some chicken salad. And for this, I am using some canned chicken. All the kids really like the chicken salad I made with this last week, but this time Lily requested no celery, no craisins, no almonds, just plain. So this is literally just the chicken meat, a little bit of salt and pepper, and of course mayonnaise, and that is it. So to make the sandwiches really cute but really easy, I'm going to use a fun sandwich cutter. Now you guys, these cutters actually come in a kit with several different cutters. There's a pig, a frog, a panda, and a cat. I did find these on Amazon, and I'll go ahead and put a link to this down below. And of course, for today's lunch, we're going with the cat-shaped one. So to put together these sandwiches, it's going to be really quick and easy. I've just started by cutting out the little cat shape. I'm going to go ahead and put these bread crusts in a Ziploc bag for later. Now, these sandwiches end up being sort of a peekaboo sandwich as well. So one of the pieces of bread I will keep whole, and the other one, I'm going to use this little sandwich cutter to punch out a little cat face. And you guys, what's really cool about this sandwich cutter set is that it comes with this little tool that comes in really handy when you're trying to pop out all the little holes and details of the cutter. So now that the bread is ready to go, I'm just going to fill it with as much of this chicken salad as I can fit. I'm just going to be putting one of these sandwiches into each lunch, so I want to make sure it's nice and full. And then before I close up the sandwich, I also added just a couple of pieces of lettuce. Okay guys, so now that the main course is done, it's time to move on to the fruit. And for this lunch today, Lily picked out fresh pineapple. She is definitely my fruit-loving child. And to make these really cute but easy, I'm just going to cut out a few little flower shapes. And I'm going to combine the pineapple with some red grapes, and I like to arrange these so they kind of look like flowers. So now I'm going to go ahead and add a couple extra liners to this box. And in this corner section, I'm going to add in some broccoli. I feel like it's been a long time since the kids have had broccoli in their lunchbox, so I was kind of surprised that she asked for it. And then to dress up the veggies just a little bit, I'm going to use my teeny tiny vegetable cutters to cut out the word cat. This is actually really easy, and it only takes 3 little pieces of carrot to do this, so it doesn't take much time at all. And I'm just going to lay them right on top of the broccoli. Now, most likely these letters will move around in the lunchbox, but that's totally fine. Now, of course, since this is Miss Lily's lunch, I'm definitely going to be including a little container of ranch. This will be perfect to dip the little carrots in and the broccoli. And then, of course, in this back section, I've left just enough space for a snack and a treat. For the snack, I couldn't find any kitty-shaped crackers. So instead, I'm just going to add some of these whole grain, colorful goldfish. And then, since the snack is fish shaped, I thought I might as well go ahead and add a fish shaped treat as well. And for this lunch, I'm going to add just one little taiyaki. These ones are filled with the traditional azuki bean. These are definitely a fun and a super cute treat. And then to go along with this lunch today, the kids are just gonna take their water bottles. Hey guys, and happy Thursday! So since yesterday Lily chose the lunch, we're going to stay with the youngest to oldest order, so that means Jackson's up next. And for this lunch, again, I'm going to be making a super cute but also quick and easy sandwich. And for these lunches today, Jackson picked out the little pig-shaped cutter, which I don't think I've actually ever used before, so that should be fun. So for these sandwiches, I'm going to start out just like I did with the little cat-shaped sandwiches. I'm just going to use these cutters to punch out the little pig face. So for the sandwiches today, Jackson requested the classic combination of ham and cheese. But before I get those into the sandwich, I'm also going to add thin layer of mayo to the bread. And to Miss Lily's sandwich, I'm also adding a squirt of mustard. Next, I'm going to add on the cheese, and I did go ahead and cut the cheese before I added it onto the bread using the same exact cutter, and the same thing goes for the ham. I pre-cut that out, and I saved all of the extra pieces for a snack later. So check it out, you guys. These little pig sandwiches turned out so cute. I love the little snout piece. It's adorable. So now I'm just going to add one little sandwich into this lunchbox. This one is Jackson's. I'm going to go ahead and build his entire lunchbox, and then I'll make the girls. So for the fruit today, Jackson picked out these little cutie oranges. These are the ones that are easy peel and there's no seeds, so the kids will love them. To make these look extra cool in the lunchbox, I did go ahead and peel them, and I separated each little segment just a little bit. Then I'm going to place one single raspberry right in the center of the orange. I just think it makes it look really cool. So now that that's done, I'll go ahead and add in my other silicone liners. Now for the veggie today, Jackson picked out sugar snap peas. Right now, I'm pretty sure that's his favorite veggie, so I'm just going to fill up this section. I'm also going to take just a few slices of carrot, and using my little tiny vegetable cutters, I'm going to punch out the word pig. Cutting out these little veggie shapes is actually really easy. To make this work go even faster, this would be the perfect job to have your kids actually help you do. Next in, I'm adding a really fun snack. These are called Poppables. Today I'm going with the cheese flavored ones, and it's basically like a potato chip. It's just in a different shape. So I'm just adding in a small handful of these. And then for the sweet treat, I'm just adding in 2 little strawberry yogurt flavored muffins. Now I am going to go ahead and add in just a little piggy pick right in here. I think that is so cute. And then for the drink today, I'm gonna throw in one of these Peppa Pig topped juices. And this one is actually the fruit and veggie juice mix. So there you have it, guys. 1 down and 2 to go. Hey guys, and happy Valentine's Day. Today is Friday. It's actually Valentine's Day. So you guys let me know in the comments down below what you ended up doing for Valentine's Day. Yesterday the kids made their little Valentine's Day boxes, and today I gave them their little treats. And today's lunch was actually chosen by Mackenzie. So for this lunch, Mackenzie requested another heart-shaped peekaboo sandwiches, but this time I'm going to make these a little bit different. I'm going to start with a little bit of almond butter. Now, of course, if you have an issue with nuts, or if your kids go to a school that doesn't allow nuts, you could definitely substitute this almond butter for wow butter or even cream cheese. So I'm just adding a good amount of this almond butter onto the sandwich. Recently, I don't remember where exactly, it might have been in the Bunches of Lunches Facebook group. Somebody had a brilliant alternative to sprinkles, and that is freeze-dried fruit. Now I'm pretty sure you can use just about any type of freeze-dried fruit for this, but I decided to go with strawberries. These are nice and sweet, but they're also crispy. So I'm just taking a few of these and I'm adding them to a separate bag. And now using my spatula, I'm going to very carefully break up these pieces. I don't want them to be like pulverized into powder. I just want to break them up enough so they're about the same size as sprinkles. Now surprisingly, this seems to be working out really well. I'm just going to add a little bit of these fruit sprinkles right on top of the almond butter. Then I'll add the other slice of bread right on top. And to check it out, you guys, these little peekaboo sandwiches came out so pretty. And I just love this real fruit alternative to sprinkles. Next, I'm going to add in some veggies. Mackenzie requested a combination of carrots and cucumbers. I seem to be doing that a lot recently, but that's okay. Now, since this is Valentine's Day, I do want to go ahead and add some little heart shapes in here. This really isn't very hard to do at all. You just need a couple of different sizes of vegetable cutters for this. Again, only making 3 of these per box. Looks really cute, but it saves on time because I'm not making every single slice. Over on the side, I'm adding some ranch to go along with them. And then to this back section, I'm adding a scoop of fresh raspberries. And since this is Valentine's Day, I'm also going to throw in an adorable little Valentine's ring. I actually saved these off of some cupcakes. And I just think these are so cute. It's a little bumblebee and the wings say, "Be mine." I think my kids will love these. So I'm just gonna place that right into there and then move on to the snack and the treat. For the snack, I'm adding in some of these pink goldfish crackers. I think the pink color is perfect for this Valentine's lunch. And for the treat, I'm keeping it super simple here. Instead of making something or baking something, I'm just gonna add in a package of these Valentine's Day fruit snacks. And I'm gonna go ahead and put a little string cheese right on the side. So now there's everything in Mackenzie's lunch. Now I can go ahead and build Lily's and Jackson's. And there you have it, guys. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite go-to lunches when you're short on time. Now you guys, if you're looking for lunch ideas that do not contain any sandwiches, you can click on the link right here. And if you're looking for lunch ideas for younger kids, you can click on the link right there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.
See you next time!